Hi, I'm Carlos Arsen. And what I'm about to tell you is a secret I've been hiding ever since I had gotten my abilities. I am the superhero called Mighty Carlos, the savior of Bluecarb Town. No, I'm not lying. I always help those who are in need. Believe me. You could ask the old lady at the flower shop, the security guard on the school, the mailman, or that dude selling newspaper in the morning. Everyone in town knows who I am, the Mighty Carlos, and they always ask me for help. As a superhero, my job is to ease their burden with all of my superpowers, but none knew of my true identity, for it might cause trouble, for I once heard from my mentor that great power comes great responsibility. He taught me that I must let anyone know who I am unless it was urgent or can't be helped. And I'm telling you this because you need to listen to me. I used to be outside all the time to help those who are in need, and it was so easy that I could save more than 10 people in trouble every single day back then, until an incredible foe suddenly appeared out of nowhere that prevent my mission. It was too strong for me, and things weren't the same as before. My archenemy was so tough, I had to wield a new armor made by my assistant to resist the evil power my foe has. She bestowed upon me the helmet of grand protection, the mask of the super guardian, and the holy liquid that destroys my enemy's minions. All was to fight my mortal enemy, but all that was still not enough, for the invasion had already happened, and its minions are already scattered all over places like the parking lot, the super mall, and everywhere where there's people. They are attacking everywhere, and it was dangerous to go outside without wearing the same armor as I am. From time to time, I launch my plan to fight them, while my assistant gathers supplies, but my sidekick always prevent me from staying for too long. She said that, like Superman, it was like my kryptonite, the weakness of mine, that if I stayed for too long, I will be defeated. I can't let that happen, for the whole town needs me. I can't watch the people as the enemy attacks them in silent, but there was still hope, for I wasn't alone. I wasn't the only one fighting them. There were a lot of heroes fighting against the great evil that invaded the world, and my assistant is one of them. She is a member of a union that researched for a powerful weapon that could help me, and the other heroes defeat my enemy. Now, all I had to do is wait until my weapon is made, and I could finally do my job as a superhero. In the meantime, I had to plan how I could help the town once I get a hold of my new weapon in this hideout of mine manufactured by my assistant. I already prepared my costume that is made of tough materials that could handle my super abilities, but in the midst of my brainstorming of the plans to help the townspeople, the automobile of my sidekick returned and parked outside our base, making me use my super speed to get to the destination he was heading. Our meeting hall of superheroes. My sidekick then came, carrying the supplies that would help me get stronger to fight my enemy. I didn't want them at first, but for the sake of saving the world, I must make this sacrifice. I must intake the power hidden inside the bitter object that was concocted by my assistant. But it was too much for me that she always had a backup plan in case worst things happen. She always prepared the great white liquid of might, the source of my power, to maintain balance with the current power I was getting. Only my assistant knows the formula within the great liquid, and she had promised me that someday I'll inherit that from her. Now, she said that I must make sure that I grew stronger in order to obtain that formula that was passed down from my ancestor, the mighty family, yet time was running out. From the surveillance my sidekick had obtained, I gained knowledge of another terrible news. The great enemy of my had once again made its attack and took the happiness from people, but no matter what I do, I can't defeat my enemy with the current me, and without the weapon that's still being made by the Union. All I could do was sympathize for their loss and cry in my hideout for not being able to help them in the current time. It was heavy and painful that I wasn't there for them until my assistant came, bringing the source of my power. It's all right, Mighty Carlos. You'll be able to once again go outside once we find the solution, she said, brushing my hair as I sat in the bed. But right now, get stronger so the villain can't win against you. She then kissed my forehead, then slowly walks back into the door, and one last time, she said, "Good night, sweetie." "Good night, Mom," I replied, then covered myself with the blanket of repellent that drove all monster under my bed. I really can't help anyone in my current state, so that is why I am asking you to help in my instead. This is the reason why I revealed my identity to you. Our enemy is spreading, and we must use our super gears to prevent their invasion. We must eat our bitter sustenance in order to grow stronger to fight of the enemy. Like our assistants said, you can be a superhero if you believe in it, and please do what is right.